Hello, my name is Neil Green. I'm a professor with National Louis University, and my job is working mostly with our senior students, student teachers. Thus, I'm reaching out to you today as a host teacher for us. First and foremost, I just want to make sure to say thank you. I know how difficult it is right now. Many of you have been teaching for many, many years, have great experience, and have had the ability to pivot on a dime to go to e-learning or a mixture of e-learning and face-to-face. Uh, it's incredible what you've been able to do, and we want to support you. So the latest news is that the EdTPA is canceled this term for winter 2021. So that opens up a little bit of what we can do and what we're going to try and accomplish, which I'll share with you today to make sure that we're all on the same page. Because there's a little bit of misinformation out there, maybe some confusion, so I want to clear it up. All right, here's what I've told your student teacher, your NLU student teacher, to follow your host teacher's lead. Do what you need to help him or her, your host teacher, be successful at this time. Whether that means grade papers, take small groups in a Zoom room, whatever that might be, they are prepared to help. And I will grade them each individually on the work that they put out there. Again, could be creating a unit, could be creating a lesson, or just a simple learning experience. They have to follow your lead. And at the same time, I want them to be proactive, so they're not sitting and waiting for you to tell them what to do, but they are creating things that you could use. For instance, if you have a particular unit that you want to cover or a theme for the next week or two, I want them to be empowered to go out there and find resources that may be of use to you, present them to you, and then you can ask them to turn it into a learning experience. And then again, be a resource for you to assist with e-learning content. A lot of the students that I work with are really amazing tech experts. I have a second grader who I have no idea how he knows an iPad as well as he does, but he's incredible. He could teach me about it. So our students are, and a lot of them are really, really strong. Not everyone, but a lot of them are really strong in terms of learning at a distance so they can help you. And then obviously I'm always here so I can coach them and help them as well. And then students will maintain a field hours log and work with an NLU coach. I've been hearing some different things. We do have a field log where we write down what our goals are for the week, what our potential challenges for the week, or some resources to help overcome those challenges, and then make a plan to overcome those challenges. And then at the end of the week, they write a wrap up post in the discussion board area of our course where they basically tell us what happened, that reflective piece. Again, to me, to get that to the coach, the format isn't as important, and I don't want them to do double work. The idea, again, is to take pressure off of everyone. So I just want them to get that. If they want to send the work from our course to their coach, I think that's great, and that's the message I'm going to send as well. And then as far as the signatures, I mean, get them if you can, but if it is at all a pain, then we can figure something out. And I'm thinking that through, whether that's an email, just say, hey, I looked at student X's plan for the week. They're good to go. Their field hours log, whatever that might be. Because again, we want to minimize the stress and minimize the opening ourselves up to potentially getting sick with the virus, right? And that's the least we can do. So, and finally, students are creating content to help your students, to help you, your students, and families. And it's really our time to give back. And that's the message that I sent students and what we've talked a lot about. So what does that mean? I'll come back to the ePortfolio, but what does that mean? So what we've done is we created a Google Classroom where we divided it up into different topics, and we picked Google Classroom because many, many of my students are using that in their setting. Not everyone. Some are using Seesaw, ClassDojo, plus many, many others that are out there. But a lot of students are using Google Classroom, so that's where we decided to focus. And in our Google Classroom, this is just a snippet of what it looks like. We have it broken down by section, by topic, such as social emotional learning. Then we have read alouds. I suggest a lot of students start there to get their feet wet with being recording themselves and creating videos, and then fun stuff for children. That could be a game of Jeopardy to review, whatever that might be. So, and then we do it by grade. So first grade through elementary school, we do language, literacy, math, science, social studies, and then other content that might not fit in a particular category. And the idea, again, being that all of these are vetted, created by students, who are practicing to be teachers, and we want to offer that to you, where you can use them, you can take them, modify them, we give them to parents who, as a parent myself, I know there's a lot of struggle going on out there, so we want to make sure that we're giving something that you can trust your child to go to for however long that might be. And then ultimately, we're going to take that Google site or that Google Classroom and turn it into a Google site. And this was inspired by our spring 2020 student teachers. And let me go back here. Apologies. And what it is under the Our Work tab, if you look, I'm going to add to this, but the work from that's 2020 spring student teachers on this site is amazing. Again, broken down by grade level, subject, etc. And they created hundreds of documents and learning experiences for children, videos, some are links to activities that they can do, all kinds of really great stuff. I'm very proud of them. And the bottom here, you can't see the whole presentation because it's just the way the video is set up, but we'd love for you to contribute your learning experiences to our site if you want. You can use the resources for yourself, you can use it for your students, and you can share with parents. We just want to get involved with you and help you at this difficult time. That is going to be their main goal. And it was hard for me as the professor in this course to think of what we can do to help. And also, our students are at many different places in terms of levels of support. Not anybody's fault. It's just everybody's kind of trying to figure this out. So I tried to make it where we were helpful, meaning NLU students were helpful, and we were giving something back that could be really useful to parents and teachers right now. That's where the idea of the website came from. So the students are also going to create an e-portfolio, which many of us who are maybe a little bit older, I created a portfolio that was just an actual binder and stuffed with papers. That is obviously electronic now. And that one slide that I showed you earlier was what goes in the e-portfolio, which all of these artifacts are linked to NAEYC. So we're making sure that when our student leaves National Louis University, that they are ready for their own classroom. They can articulate what they can do in the classroom and have evidence to back it up. That's what this portfolio is. It's a showcase piece to share with potential employers and get them ready for their job. So again, my name is Neil Green, and I would be happy to answer any questions or receive any comments you have. And you can reach me at that email. Will be looking forward to hearing from you. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.